Welcome to Emerald Hill Skies. Let's travel to the planet Neptune. Why don't we first jump over here to Sharp Cap, where we're actually looking at the planet Neptune. And, it's interesting because you're going to see how that sometimes we get close to these trees over there. This is Neptune right in the center. I think I'm going to show you my screen. Yeah, I think I'm going to show you the screen like this. There's Neptune right in the middle. And let's enlarge it to 100%. That's Neptune. Do you notice how it's got a little bulge here on this side? I don't know if you can see that or not. That little bulge is the planet Triton. And it's just now, this whole planet is now disappearing back behind the trees here at Emerald Hills. All this image you see here are the trees, and the telescope is tracking with the night sky, and you can see how Neptune is now disappearing into the leaves. We've been stacking 10-second frames with 100 gain for about 10 or 11 minutes now, and we can say goodbye to Neptune in those leaves there. What's interesting is we can go over to our Stellarium and look at Neptune, fortunately without leaves. And you can see that right now it's about 24 degrees above the horizon, which is about where my trees are on that side of the Emerald Hill Skies. But I just thought I would show you how. Can you see here in Stellarium the way that moon Triton is kind of making an oblong egg shape for Neptune? The closer we get, we can see more distance between Triton and Neptune. And finally, we can start seeing Neptune's ring structure. Now, it's not real obvious right now because the rings are not turned perpendicular to our line of sight and the sun's line of sight. When the rings are turned perpendicular, because they have so much ice in them and shiny rocks covered with ice, it brightens up the planet so much. But in this case, the rings are we're almost looking parallel with the ring structure here. But isn't it fun to see all these moons in our planetarium program? Look at all these different moons that are spinning around Neptune. I'm curious as to exactly how many moons Neptune might have. And so part of what we do here when we do electronically assisted astronomy is it's fun to just do research. I mean, we're not in any kind of hurry, and we can just go read about the planet. It looks like that Neptune is roughly, Neptune is the last official planet now that Pluto's been ruled as a minor planet. It's the eighth planet, and it's the fourth largest by diameter, and it's the densest giant planet, 17 times the mass of the Earth, slightly more massive than near twin Uranus. You can't see it with the unaided eye. You pretty much have to have some kind of telescope. And the interesting thing is they found it by doing math. So if you're a student, be sure and do your math because it'll help you discover planets. Basically by doing a lot of calculations in astrophysics, it led astronomer Alexis Bouvard to deduce that there must be a planet there long before anybody had ever found it. And it was finally observed with a telescope in 1846 by Johann Galle. And it was within 1 degree of where these mathematicians like Leverrier had predicted that it would be. Triton was discovered shortly thereafter, and there are 13 other known moons that we've discovered now in the 20th century. The distance is incredible. We didn't really get to see it close up until we sent Voyager 2 out there. And it's the only spacecraft from Earth that has that we know of anyway, the only spacecraft to have visited Neptune. But the Hubble Space Telescope has taken some images of it that are really beautiful. So that's a little bit about Neptune. We just thought tonight it would be fun to see that up close. And now, of course, we can go back to Astro Planner, which is our targeting software. And you can see here we've not got any images that we've ever made of Neptune. So this will be the first time that we've ever really observed it. And we're going to say we could detect the, what would you call that? The disk shape larger than the pinpoint stars around it. We could also see Triton's, we're just going to call it a bulge on the Triton side of the planet. And then let's go here to attachments. And again, I don't think you're going to be able to see my file picker window here as I go and grab the image of Neptune. Wow, did I not save an image of it before it snuck down behind those trees? That would sure be a shame, wouldn't it? I thought for sure I had saved an image of it. I imagine that if we go back now and save it, we are going to have a lot of foliage in there, but we're gonna grab it just the same, because you know how astronomy is. You grab whatever you've got. So we're gonna grab this file picture of Neptune here, and sure enough, lots of foliage. There it is. You can see right there in the middle is Neptune, but it's surrounded by trees. Nevertheless, that's our first image of Neptune, and we're happy to be able to have it imaged tonight. And you were here tonight with Emerald Hill Skies. I hope you'll stop back if you like this kind of content. Electronically assisted astronomy. When we're doing research as we go, we're not doing it to capture the picture and make lots of processing time after the fact. This is like real-time images. Even if the planet's sneaking behind the trees in our horizon, sure enough, you'll be here with us. If you subscribe, if you click subscribe and also click thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. It helps other people find the channel. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time here on Emerald Hills Skies. We're thankful for you being here. And we're thankful also that God enables us to see these images like Neptune, the planet, far out in the solar system. Have a great night. Thanks for being with us. God bless.